And finally, in our series Winter Paradise, we're visiting some of Europe's lesser-known winter sports resorts. And this time we head to neighbouring Poland, to the country's largest resort called Zakopane, which is situated south of Krakow and at the foot of the Tatra Mountains. Zakopane has been hosting ski competitions since the early part of the 20th century, and many a winter athlete hails from these hills. Karolina Sztokfisz is one of the biggest names there currently at the moment. She tears up the slopes on a snowboard, and she gave us a tour of her sliding grounds.
The Tatra Mountains between Poland and Slovakia are the smallest alpine mountain range in Europe. And winter sports at the popular resort of Zakopane are all about enjoying their unspoiled natural beauty. Even though she comes here every day, Karolina Sztokfisz never tires of these spectacular views.
This place means a lot to me. The panorama is such a source of inspiration.
Much as she likes to admire the view, there's also work to be done. Every day, Karolina spends several hours training on the slopes of Zakopane. She's currently the toast of the European snowboarding scene. Last year, when she was 16, she was the youngest ever participant in the World Cup and reached an impressive 4th place. How does she do it?
That's my secret. I can't give it away. Well, I guess what you need is stamina and fitness. But the main thing is you have to want to win.
Karolina likes to train in the 2,000-meter-high Kasprowy Wiach. But during peak season, the crowds can be daunting.
No, I can't do that to myself.
Instead, she takes some time off to just wander around Zakopane, past the very slopes that have regularly hosted the World Skiing Championships. She heads for the nearby Kozieliska Street, with its traditional 18th century houses embellished with filigree wood carving.
This is the oldest and most beautiful street in Zakopane. The houses all have really lovely ornamentation, but right now you can't see it because of the snow.
A cable car takes visitors up the Gubalovka. Making the most of the winter sports opportunities here is made easier by the excellent local infrastructure, while the top of the mountain boasts old-school alpine romance like this fairy tale market. And for those who've worked up an appetite, there's plenty of mouth-watering Polish fare to be sampled.
This is the local sheep's cheese. It's especially good grilled.
Poland's favorite winter sports retreat is becoming increasingly popular with tourists from Western Europe, who are happy to share the slopes with the professionals.
I'm not tired at all. I could go down at least another 5 times.
And with the slopes lit up at night, no one needs to head home when twilight falls. Later in the evening, Karolina joins the crowds in the Krupówki, Zakopane's pedestrian zone. With its back-to-back bars and clubs, Zakopane could be described as the Las Vegas of Poland.
There are lots of other places in Zakopane that cultivate the traditional culture of the regional mountain folk. It's not about being old-fashioned. It's about keeping a centuries-old tradition alive.
While the band of local musicians provide the entertainment, the guests tucking into hearty Polish dishes around the blazing fire would agree that there is a lot to be said for tradition.